Where was this kind of place when I was a young man? It seems like such a waste, the things I was doing. Now if it's Saturday night and you're lonesome and bored, I know a date you can always afford. Maybe what you're looking for is the Lord. Where can he be found? Solid grounds, you're welcome here. Solid grounds, come in and share the best music, Joe, and ministry around. Solid grounds, you're welcome here. Solid grounds, come in and share solid grounds.
Hey, good evening and welcome to Solid Grounds Coffee House. And it's an outreach ministry of St. Stephen's United Methodist Church. And 22 years ago this month, Solid Grounds was born in Albuquerque, and it has become the #1 listening venue in Albuquerque. But we want to be #1 in the state, and we are on our way to becoming #1 in New Mexico. We've almost completed with our acoustical project. The sound panels and strategic places in the room have been hanged, and we started phase 2 with the construction of the new stage. It is done right behind me, and I can't wait for us to have live shows of that stage. Phase 3 is upgrading all the musical equipment, sound equipment, new digital mixing board, new monitors, new speakers. We are on our way, if we're not already there. Phase 4 is the lighting project, and we have new stage lights, LEDs that we're going to do. We're going to change over the entire room, and it's going to take some time and take some extra money. So we need you to continue to partner with us. Go online to ssumc.com and contribute to this wonderful and constructive project. At Solid Grounds, music is always the food of love. My name is Jesse Dompré, and I'm the director of the Coffee House Ministry and your host for tonight's show. And we have a great show for you. So, coming to us for the first time is Melody Guy, coming all the way from the Music City, Nashville. Melody is known for rock, country, pop, and soul. So help me welcome Melody to the Solid Ground stage and explore her musical genre. Take it away, Melody.
Hi, this is Melody Guy from Nashville, Tennessee. I'd like to thank Solid Grounds Coffee House and St. Stephen's United Methodist Church for having me play for you today. Buy me some time, a few moments of peace, to color my mind, so I could just breathe. I think it's something to move life along. I'm so tired of being the one who has to be strong. I picture myself happy again. If I could just feel the sun now and then, break through this darkness till all of it's gone. I'm so tired of being the one who has to be strong. has to be strong. All right, the name of that song is called Strong, and it's on the Dry the Rivers album that's available on my website, as well as this song, Mercy. But that song I wrote with Dale Drinker Jr., and this one I wrote with Ray Stevenson. He's a big old hit songwriter. And I got to the writing appointment, and I said, I live lonely and it hurts. It's hard being me. And he said, keep talking. And that's how I wrote this song. All right. I live lonely and it hurts. You know it's hard being me. It's like nothing ever works. I'm just longing to be free. Free from all this pain and worry. From all this scorn and strife. God have mercy on the lonely. You gave me this night. I didn't ask for my situation. No, this is not my prayer. God have mercy on the lonely. Have mercy if you're there. Pick me up when I stop crying. Sing to me when I'm blue. God have mercy on the lonely. My only hope is you. Pick me up when I start crying. Sing to me when I'm blue. God have mercy on the lonely. My only hope is you. God have mercy on the lonely. That's all I'm asking you. Ta-da! All right. My next song I wrote at the beginning of the pandemic, and nobody would have thought that it would have lasted this long, but it did, and it is, and hopefully it'll be over soon, or controlled, or whatever. So this song is called Human Connection. I made a little video, and I recorded it in my garage and sent it to my friend Dale to play guitar on, and my then roommate Andy, and he mixed it, and then I put it out into the world, and it got on Good Day Oregon, which is pretty awesome. All right. Here we go. Yesterday is turned into today now. will try to surrender to sleep somehow. Maybe dream of the day we can safely display our human connection from closer than 6 feet away. No one's got a welcoming smile now. Feeling nervous when I walk through the aisles, and how I dream of the day we can safely display our human connection from closer than 6 feet away. To save ourselves, to save a stranger. Who would have thought that just being close could ever put us in danger? Everyone needs to make their own masks now. Wear them when you go out, for reasons allowed, so we can live for the day we can finally display our human connection from closer than 6 feet away. To save ourselves, to save a stranger. Who would have thought that just being close could ever put us in danger? Everyone needs to make their own masks now. Wear them when you go out, for reasons allowed, so we can live for the day we can safely display our human connection from closer than 6 feet away. Oh, so we can live for the day we can finally display our human connection from closer than 6 feet away. Okay, good job, Melody. The next song is called Tell Me I'm Not the Only One. I wrote it about somebody that I know who had a disorder, and I really wanted to understand what was going on. But then I thought about other people that may have, issues, addictions, and stuff like that, that cause problems in their lives and with the lives of people that they love. So here's the song. I need someone to hear my fears and tell me I'm not the only one. Something like the devil screaming in my ears. Won't you tell me I'm not the only one who waits till the time is right? No one around to catch my flight, with the demon in the dark or the bright sunlight. Won't you tell me? Guilt and shame, they rack my brain. Won't you tell me I'm not the only one? So I choose the weakest ones to blame. Won't you tell me I'm not the only one who waits till the time is right? No one around to catch my flight, there's no cure for the pain I've caused, I'm sure. Wait till the time is right, no one around to catch my flight. With the demon in the dark or the bright sunlight, won't you tell me? I crave the rush, it sure does hurt. Won't you tell me I'm not the only one? Tastes too sweet to be a wrecking curse. Won't you tell me I'm not the only one? Tell me I'm not the only one. Tell me I'm not the only one. Tell me I'm not the only one. Thank you. That's on the Dry the Rivers album, and I've got some pretty famous people on that record, which is awesome. Jack Sundred from Poco is singing harmony with Michael Webb, who was in Poco for 10 years, and he's my producer. And gosh, so many great people on the record. I hope you get a chance to listen to it or buy it off of my website. I'm also on iTunes, and that's cool. Let's see, the last song that I'm going to do is really special to me. I'm in the autistic spectrum as well as my son, and we had a special ed meeting when he was 11 years old, and they said, are we going to medicate him this year? He's just a different kind of duck. We don't know what to do with him. So I told my son to leave the room, and I socked it to him with words that I learned in the 8th grade. And it was very disheartening to hear educators speak to us that way. So anyway, I wrote the song with Tom Kimmel, and I came in with the title and also the story, and it's a lot of people's stories when people look at you like you're a mistake, and it's just not true. We're not mistakes. That's for sure. So, here we go. I need my capo first. Uh-oh. Got my capo. This is a song that I got a standing ovation at the Ryman Auditorium when I opened for Tandy Tucker. So that was a big deal, and Robert was there with my parents, and everybody was crying, and that's a healthy thing. I think that's healthy. I can feel colors and make things with my hands. I can hear music when no one else can. And I could tell stories you would not believe if only somebody could listen to me. So what are my chances of turning out right? And what kind of man will I be if I never fit in this world as I am? What do they do with mistakes like me? They call me crazy, they call me slow. I hear their whispers wherever I go. I know I'm not like anybody they've seen, so they call me special. That's not what they mean. So what are my chances of turning out right? And what kind of man will I be if I never fit in this world as I am? What do they do with mistakes like me? So maybe I'm different, maybe I'm strange. What does it matter if that's just how I came? And who should decide who gets by on this earth? Who gets to measure what somebody's worth? So what are my chances of turning out right? And what kind of man will I be if I never fit in this world as I am? What do they do with mistakes like me? If I never fit in this world as I am, what do they do with mistakes like me? All right, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Have a great night.
Oh, what an extraordinary performance. Melody, thank you for an excellent show, and we would love to have you come to Albuquerque and perform off this new stage. In the meantime, be well and be safe and stay blessed, and we shall see you on the other side. Yes, it is time for the message, time for a trivia, and also a humor. Now, why did the farmer win the award? Why did the farmer win the award? And if you said because he was outstanding in his field, you are right. He was outstanding in his field. Yeah, on his way, on the way to preschool, the doctor let his daughter, play with his stethoscope, and the little girl took to the instrument, and the doctor was thrilled because he thought perhaps she will, follow in his footsteps and become a doctor in the future. Until he heard her speak into the instrument with these words, "Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order?" May the word, pray for me, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, my strength and my redeemer. The poem is titled, The Child is Beloved. The poem is titled, The Child is Beloved. Omawami Ifue, known affectionately as Pastor O, writes about his parents' attempts to end the pregnancy that would result in his birth. After several unusual events that prevented them from aborting him, they decided to welcome their child instead. The knowledge of God's preservation of his life motivated Omawami to give up a lucrative career in favor of full-time ministry. And today he's faithfully pastors a church in London. And when I read the poem and I read about Pastor O, it resonated with me because in 1993, I visited Ghana with my mother, and she was she was in conversations with a friend. They had come to the house and they were bantering, and in that context, they asked my mom how she felt about me and the fact that I've grown to be a wonderful young man. And the story is that my mom was a teenager when she got pregnant with me, and she attempted to abort the pregnancy. In fact, she says she did go through with the procedure. However, a couple of weeks later, she was still having morning sickness, and lo and behold, 9 months later, I was born. It was quite. It was a paradox for me to hear that story about my life and to experience how my mom and her friends recounted the story, and her friends intervened. Actually, had called the abortionist to not actually go through with the procedure. But anyway, long story. But reading this poem actually resonated with me, and I wanted to share this devotion with you, actually, from Our Daily Bread. And question is, how often do you stop to consider the daily protection God extends over you? How often do you stop to think about the protections of God over your life, the blessings of God, how God intervenes in your circumstances? To be frank with you, I don't always think about that, but I do know intrinsically that God is working all things for my good. What does the knowledge that He saves you from unseen dangers mean to you? Knowing that God intervenes in your situations, how does that make you feel? So, like Pastor O, the Israelites, there's a story in Numbers, the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verses 13 through 23. And like Pastor O, the Israelites experienced God's intervention at a vulnerable time in their history. While traveling through the wilderness, they came within sight of King Balak of Moab. Terrified of their conquest and their vast population, Balak engaged a seer named Balaam to place a curse on the unsuspecting travelers. And that is in chapter 22 of Numbers, of the book of Numbers, verses 2 through 6. But something amazing happened. And whenever Balaam opened his mouth to curse, a blessing issued instead. So whenever Balaam, who was recruited to curse the Israelites, this pagan priest, to curse the Israelites, he couldn't help himself but he uttered blessings over the Israelites. And he says, I have received a command to bless. He has blessed, and I cannot change it, he declared. So no matter if God blesses you, nothing on earth or in heaven can reverse the blessing. So he said, I cannot change it. I cannot change God's blessings. No misfortune is seen in Jacob, no misery observed in Israel. The Lord of their God is with them. God brought them out of Egypt. In Numbers, the book of Numbers, chapter 23, verses 20 through 22. God preserved the Israelites from a battle they didn't even know was raging. So we live in this spiritual world, in a world of good and evil, and it's ongoing, that sometimes we are aware of, and sometimes we're not. Most of the time, we are not aware of good and evil fight taking place because of us, directly or indirectly. But it's going on because we live in a spiritual world, and we're not only humans, we are spiritual beings having a human experience. So this battle goes on. And like the Israelites, God intervenes. Like my life, God intervened. Like Pastor O, God intervened, and now he's a pastor in Linden. I'm a pastor, associate pastor here at St. Stephen's in Albuquerque. And whether we see it or not, God still watches over his people today. So may we worship in gratitude and awe the one who calls us blessed. May we relate in the one who calls us blessed. Let us pray. Our Lord and our God in heaven, forgive us for the many times we take your care and protection for granted. Give us eyes to see how much you bless us. May we never stop thanking you for all the blessings and benefits you bestow upon us. We thank you for your protection and for your provisions, because you said you would supply all of our needs according to the riches of your glory. Thank you for saving me. Yes. Thank you for saving Pastor O. And thank you for saving all countless number of people. And continue to use us in your kingdom building. Continue to use us to foster, to forge goodness and faithfulness and kindness and gentleness. Use us to forge patience and tolerance, to forge love, unconditional love, unspeakable joy and peace, your peace that guides our minds and rule our hearts.
Solid grounds, you're welcome here. Solid grounds, come in and share the best music, Joe, and ministry around. Solid grounds, you're welcome here. Solid grounds, come in and share. Solid grounds.